Well, hello everyone. We've got to day 5. Day 5 of my Gummiapan Advent calendar. This has been such fun, I have to say, but I'm getting a little bit a bit anxious, I guess. Really, I'm thinking, am I going to be able to come up with something within the time span that most people could bear to watch one of my videos? So let's just start and see how we go on. Day 5. Let me look for day 5. What is Leonard doing on day 5? Where is he? Oh Lord, where's he going? Oh, here he is. He's putting a star on the something or other. Right. Oh dear. Such a cutie. All right, let's have a look in day 5. See what we've got. This morning I've cut several card bases because I can't remember which day it was now. Oh, spring has sprung. We've got a tulip. Isn't that nice? No, as I was saying, I thought I was going to use a rectangular card, and I finished up grabbing a square one. So what I've done this morning is I've cut a few. I've cut a few just so that I can see. This is my favourite size. Might be quite nice. It's quite a large flower though. That's quite nice. A square one. Obviously I can cut more flowers and more leaves, but that's quite nice too, or a 5x7. I do make a couple of other sizes. So I do a 5-inch card, which is smaller than that, square. And I do half of A4, which is huge. I don't usually do that unless it's something very special. Let me just do what I always do and just cut a couple of these out and have a little play. And then I can see which card base I fancy having a go with. These are some of the pieces that I cut. I think these ones come from the 5x7. The strip like this comes from the 5x7 card base. Let's just cut a couple and see. Let's have a look. Where's my pokey tool? There we are. They are lovely. I don't think I want to keep them white, but there's all sorts of ways I could colour them. I could colour them with inks. I could colour them with, I could put some gilding flakes on. As I've said before, the world is my lobster. I can do what on earth I know what I might do. What I sometimes do is, I've done this for flowers, which what made me think. I've got some watercolour images that I downloaded from a company that's called PNG, W-I-N-G, which I call Pingwing, but I don't know what you call it. And I just kind of cut the flowers from that. Let me see if I've got some printed. Let me see. Oh, dear. Oh, daisy. I've got a little bit here. I don't know if this is going to be enough. You can see I've cut a flower from that bit there from some time ago. Let's put that out of the way. If I were to, what I often do is put a dye on so that the colour is on the flower, and then if I want to colour the stem with something else, I could. So I could get a few out of this. Let me just look and see what they look like. Let me just see. My bottom plate is a little bit curly. I'll have to turn it over, I think. It gets flatter if I do it that way. I really must get out the new ones. All right, let's have a look at this chap. You see, that's quite delicate, isn't it? It's quite... let me see. I quite like that. Where's the card base? Let's have a look. It's quite nice. Let me cut some more. Let me just see. This might be a way forward for the moment. There's another one. I mean, anybody could do a watercolour base, just slosh a bit of colour on. I think random colour on die cuts is lovely. But these ones have got varying shades of the colours. So there's a deep, very deep pink here, very pale pink here, and more of a peachy colour there. So it's kind of interesting. And I could always add a bit of shading with a little bit of ink. Let's do another one. I think we could do with probably at least 3. Let's have a see if we can find another one. Let's go there. Right. Let me see. These are very... I love tulips. My son's favourite flower, tulips. Look, it's nice, isn't it? Now, let's have a look here. Do you know, I think this card is a slightly different one from that. Yeah, I think that's a Paper Mill Direct, and this one is a Cintigo. But it doesn't matter. I think it's okay. Well, let me see if I can get... Do you know, I'm not brilliant at making leaves of die cuts look terribly realistic at the bottom if they're supposed to be growing or whatever. Let's just have a look at this. I like it. The fact it's different is, in this case, probably maybe a good thing. But what I was just thinking about was, if I'm not very good at making them look realistic at the bottom, as if they're kind of growing, I could always put them in a vase. I could put them in a pot. So let me see. Let me think. Let's put that one the other way up. Or I could even cut it down the middle and make it a bit thinner. Let's let me see if I can find a vase. I've got my box of Gummiapan. Now, the other day I put one of my boxes down on here, on top of a bow, and yeah, it was yesterday, I think it was, and the bow disappeared. I had to cut another one. Right, in my Gummiapan dies, I've got a big vase. Let me have a look at this vase. Here's the vase. Should I cut it out of this or should I cut it out of that? Let me cut it out of this first of all, because if I don't like it, I can do it out of the other one. Normally, I'm not keen on different shades of white. Okay. Put these into a vase. It's not bad. I might cut one of those down. Now, how to make... Oh. Just thinking about... My mind is going. I'm just wondering about a backdrop. I'm just wondering about, you know, grounding this vase. I have got something I could make a shelf with. Somewhere I have got... No, that's not it. Right near the bottom, there we go. This is a wood grain embossing folder. So if I were to put a piece of... If I were to have this kind of thing there, like a plank of wood for it to sit on, let me just... Which bit shall I have? Don't know which one I like the look of. Doesn't much matter. It's all wood, isn't it, really? No need to be picky about it, I don't suppose. Right, let's now. These ones are so thick, I have trouble getting them through my machine. So I've got a piece of card. I have a metal shim. I have my embossing folder and my top plate, which is the bottom plate. Right, let's try it. I can't get these Sizzix 3Ds through this machine with these plates. I have bought the new plates, but not used them yet. Right. Which side do I like? Oh, I don't know if I'm too keen on that, really. Do I like that? I don't like the edges of cut. Do I want this? Do I want this size? What am I? Let me just have a look at this one. Oh, that's quite nice. What would I do for a backdrop for that? A bit of, a little bit of embossing, not embossing, stenciling maybe, bit of stenciling. Let me see, what have I got with my stencils? Stencils, yes, that's it. Those are the ones. I've got one in mind, and I don't know which box it's in. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. I have it. Have it. Let's have a look and see. Somebody's trying to ring me at the minute. I don't know what happens when you're trying to make a video and somebody's trying to ring you. I'll say no thank you. Right. That might be quite nice. Does the vase go on there? How about that? Shall I try that? Now, do I need a panel? Do I want a panel? Yes, and then I won't ruin the card if not. Or I could do it on the card, and then if it's not right, that doesn't look square to me. I've had trouble with this card. I complained about it. It's not a good one. That is not a good one. Someone said to me that they'd had card from the manufacturers that wasn't straight, wasn't square, and I thought, well, I've never had it until now, but now I have it too. Let's just see if that's any better. Yep, that's better. That's much better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, it's only about 1 millimetre out, but it just drives you crazy, doesn't it, really? Let me do it directly onto the... No, I won't. I will do a panel, because if any of the ink shows through, I don't like that. So I will do a panel. So where's my square? Where is my square? I haven't got one here by the look of it. Let me get the... Yes, some person noticed yesterday that what had happened to the thing that had gone AWOL. Right. Is that the size I want? These are press cut dies. That'll do nicely. Oops, they're easy. Oof, there's me. Get a piece of spare card and cut this out. I am sorry I take so long. It's going to be a bit of a marathon, but I think once we get going, it takes me a while to think what I'm going to do. In the ordinary way, I'd kind of have all day, but I can't keep people waiting all day. So, let's see. Let us see. And the other thing I noticed on some of my videos, I've got so much mess on my desk that people can hardly see what's happening. Right, let's put a few things away as we go. Here's my... I'm putting it top to bottom because as I was looking at it a moment ago, I had the idea of trying to use this stencil to emboss a little design on the vase. So, for low tape, here it is. I'll do that in a moment if I can find the end of this tape. Here it is. Right, here we are. Put it and just line that up underneath it because it's... No, it's not in the middle. That's better. Okay. It shouldn't move if I've got top and bottom anchored. There's nothing to move it around. Right, let's get some colour. I fancy pumice stone, I think. Pumice stone, where's that? Oh, it's up there. Right. I have my inks arranged in alphabetical order in the shelves, but in my chart I have them in colour family. So see how we... I don't know what this is going to look like. This might look dreadful. Let's see. If I'd been sensible and I've just done what I've just said to you that I was going to do and use this stencil to emboss the design on the vase, I might have done it before I inked it. However, I don't know, it might make a different effect, mightn't it, with inking? Let's see. All right, there's my... Let's have a look. That's quite nice. It's a bit hazy in the middle. I didn't do that. I did it too much sideways this way instead of going up and down, but never mind. We won't worry about it. If I were to put on the shelf, if I were to put a shelfy bit on the bottom, that's a different colour, isn't it? No, let's go on the side. Right, let me cut this off a little bit. I'm guessing at how long it's supposed to be. Oh, it's too long. Let's have a look at this. Now, I'm going to use my embossing tool on the edges of this because I don't like edges which are cut with scissors or a trimmer compared to edges which are die cut. So I often go over them and just sort of round them off a little bit. Okay, if that goes onto there, there's a bit of a dirty mark there, so I'll put it this end instead. So that like that. Let me just stick this down. I think we just got to go for this, I'm afraid. Otherwise there will be no day 5. Oops. There we go. Now let's see if we can just put a bit of shape into this. That's the side of the ink on. Right. This is an Alter New sphere stencil. I do have the die that goes with it, and I could have made a much smaller I could have made a much smaller stencil from that die, but we'll see how we go. Right, rubber mat, pop down the, if I put those wider ones, the widest one near the middle of there, it might make an interesting design. Let's see. Right. Don't know if you can see that. I was tempted to just try and put some of that ink through, but I don't think I will. Right, let me get a bit of foam tape. Put it down the back of here, then I can arrange the flowers onto it. Gosh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? Right. Right, here's my... I'm going to have to do a bit of... I fancy doing a bit of shading on this. What did I do with the brush? Push it away. There we go, it's a bit better. Right. Let's have these. Two and three. good thing about, do you know, it's a bit wide. I'm going to just cut that down the middle, a bit wide for the neck of the vase. Right, let's try this. Use the other bit on the other side, I think. Now I'm going to put some little bits of foam tape onto the back of each of the blooms. Let's just see. I'm going to start on another row of this. Right. Now we'll put some more adhesive on the back of this, all over it, so the sides will stick down as well as the middle. Oh, I haven't taken the backs off this, have I? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. There we are. Now I just need to have a little sentiment, I think. I'm not too happy with the stenciling there, so I might put something over that. Stick that down at the edges. There we are. Let's try and stick with Gummiapan. See what I have from Gummiapan here. I've got a happy birthday, and I have got a thank you. Let's have a thank you, shall we? Right, here's thank you. Thank and you. I think that'd be quite nice. But what to cut it from? Let me think. I might just cut it from white and see how we go. Let's use the same one as this. Shall I use any of the colour? Can I fit that with that? Let's do it like that. Be the same colour as the other white bits on the front then. Might get a little bit of unity that way. Right. Oops. There we go. Thank you. The lovely thing about Gummiapan is that the people are so helpful. They speak impeccable English, and a lot of the sentiments and things like that on their website can be found in English as well, which I think is brilliant. Right, there we go. Looks like we're just about there. Where's my card base gone now? Here it is. All I have to do is to pop that onto there, stick down my thank you, and we're done. Day 5. Phew. Thanks so much for watching.